Hey, it's Nazi in the NH1 studios right now. My guest, the Grammy Award-winning Mr. Ed Gerhard. Ed, thank you so much for being here with us today.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
It is wonderful sitting next to a Grammy winner.
Yeah, really.
So for those that don't know who you are, tell us a little bit about who Ed Gerhard is.
Well, let's see. I was born outside of Philadelphia. I've been up here since about 1976 or so. I started playing guitar when I was 14 years old. And I've been playing just about every single day since then, and I love it more and more all the time. My first record came out in 1987, and since that time I've been hitting the road. That's just how I make my living.
Touring. Tell us about your Grammy. How did you win? What did you win that for?
That was for, that happened in 2005. That was for a project called Henry Mancini Pink Guitar, where various guitar players were asked to contribute their own arrangements of some of the great Mancini tunes, and I was selected to do Moon River, which is kind of one of the flagship tunes.
Right.
So that was kind of a bit of a burden, because I mean, if you get that one wrong, you know, the whole rest of the project.
Yeah, it's all over.
But I really, and it's one of those tunes, I never really thought much about that tune, but once I began working on it, I realized what a great piece of work it is. So about 3 weeks later, I'd finished my arrangement and recorded it and sent it off, and we were nominated, and by God, if we didn't win the Grammy. So
now, I read that you didn't think you had a chance to win, and that night at the Grammys, you were actually at a concert in Connecticut.
Yeah, I was playing a concert in Connecticut, and I just didn't think we really had a chance. We were going up against Stevie Wonder.
Oh, wow.
But we got it. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Now, how does it feel to be a Grammy winner? I mean, how cool is that? You can brag.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a nice thing, but you know, as I say, it's acknowledging something that you did, not who you are. You know,
right.
So I haven't really, I don't think it's really gone to my head or hasn't changed me.
You haven't trashed any hotel rooms?
No, well, that's all flat screens, and they're no fun to break.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true. Those are never good. I want to talk a little bit about your guitar collection and your house of guitars. How many guitars do you have in your collection, Ed?
I don't have a huge collection like some of my comrades, but I got about 40 guitars or so. And
You don't think 40 is huge?
No. Oh, good Lord. I know guys that have hundreds of guitars.
Wow. What is your favorite to play? Because I noticed you got a 6-string, you've got the Weizenborn here. What's your favorite to play?
I think probably this guitar right here.
6-string?
My 6-string guitar, yeah. That's where I started, with a 6-string guitar. And everything I've done has been pretty much based on that. If I could only have one guitar in my life, it'd be a 6-string guitar.
Your 6-string. Now, you started playing guitar at age 10.
I was first inspired to play at age 10, but it took 4 years of begging until my father took me seriously enough to get me a guitar for my birthday.
And did he ever accept the fact that his son wanted to be a guitarist?
Not really, no. He was not really emotionally very supportive. Once in a while he'd have something encouraging to say, but mostly it was scorn and ridicule.
What do you think you're doing playing guitar? Get a job!
But in a way, I think that was better for me, because that left the guitar all to myself. You know, I didn't have parents that were overly doting and getting all up in my business.
Right.
You know, good job. I mean, how many times do you hear that? You know, yeah. So they pretty much left me alone. And that left the guitar as something that was all for myself, and that was a big thing for me.
And you know what? You turned it into a lucrative career. You've traveled the world. You just got back from Tennessee.
Yeah.
How was that?
I love Tennessee. Yeah, it's one of the great things about being able to do this is the fact that you get to travel around and see many places and eat incredible food. But it's really the people that makes a place great. You know what I mean? I mean, Italy is beautiful even with no people in it, but it's the people that's what you take home with you, the memories of the people and the friendships. So I'm very fortunate to get to travel around and do what I love and hang out with great people and play to wonderful audiences. It's a dream come true for me.
Well, you know what? You've been called one of the best acoustic guitarists in the world. And I understand you have a concert coming up this weekend in Portsmouth. It is the 32nd annual Christmas guitar concert. It is going to be at the Unitarian Universalist Church in Portsmouth. You have a show Friday night at 7:30 and Saturday night at 7:30.
That's correct, yeah.
Now, how many years have you been doing the show, Ed?
This is my 32nd year of doing them.
Wow.
Yeah.
I find that hard to believe. You don't look more than 32 yourself.
Oh, you're only saying that because it's true. Yeah.
What does this concert mean to you?
This is something that grew from some of the smaller clubs in the Seacoast area, and started doing it in the Unitarian Church, and it's just grown and grown and grown And I've got people that have been coming every year for 32 years.
Wow.
And so that means the world to me, you know.
Of course.
And so you want to, it's a particular challenge because you want to give people something that they sort of expect, but you don't want to give them the exact same thing every year. So
Right.
I'm always tweaking the arrangements and playing things in new ways, and I do a bit of improvising on stage with the stuff. But the fact that people have been coming back for so many years is just, I'm really honored by that. So
And it's
I
a
respect
fundraiser
it.
this year as well. What are we raising funds for?
Well, we raise funds for Act One, which is an Artist Collaborative Theater of New England. Stephanie Nugent runs that, and it's a wonderful resource it's a wonderful theater organization. And also we do a food drive for the Portsmouth Food Pantry. And people have been very generous over the years, and it's just really wonderful thing that's what this season's about, you know, that spirit of generosity and
Right.
and philanthropy and brotherhood, you know, and that's what people bring to the show. And when they bring that to the show, when they're already in that mood, my job's easy. You know?
Right? You can just coast. Of course, you're going to be playing some Christmas classics as well as some originals.
That's correct.
And today, you've brought your six string and your Weisenborn. You're going to play a couple tunes for us.
I would love to.
Can I make a request?
You got it.
I've got to hear Imagine Across the Universe, my favorite tune. It is a song that when I was younger, my mom used to sing to me to get me to go to sleep.
Oh, wow.
It didn't work as much as she'd wanted it to, but still, it's a song that means a lot to me, and I'd be honored if you played that.
I shall make it so.
Before we switch over to that, a website we can check out more about you, about your amazing career, and find out where you're playing next.
edgerhard.com or virtuerecords.com.
Ed, I want to thank you so much for joining us here today.
It's been a pleasure, Naz.
And
Thank
I
you.
can't wait to check out your show this weekend. It's been Ed and Nazi in the NH1 studios. Happy holidays.